2.7 has dropped, and Yelan and Xiao banners have been released. The new Archon quest is honestly just wow. No spoilers or anything, but this was generally one of the best stories so far. Anyways, thank you so much everyone for supporting the series and enjoying the content. I love reading all of your comments and suggestions. I'm really shocked how much you all enjoyed it, and I'm forever grateful. I'm also really enjoying Sayu so far. She's so much fun to play and makes exploring so much faster with her Sonic rolls. I'm super happy we managed to pull her before 2.7 dropped. So today we'll be doing Razor and Deluxe character stories and hopefully the first Ascension quest. As usual, I did some exploring, mostly around Leeway to level up AR to get the next Archon quest unlocked, which we'll hopefully be able to start and finish in the next episode. Paimon Shop also just had a reset, which means 10 extra wishes, and with the amount of primos that I have so far, well, let's start off this video with some gacha. And hopefully we can pull for Xiao so we don't have to keep pulling on this banner. As usual, nothing from the standard. Xiao's banner isn't really beneficial for this account in terms of the 4-star characters, but hopefully the emo boy can come home early so we don't have to keep pulling. Oh my god, early gold? Xiao? Chi-Chi! I can't even use her. Of all characters, it had to be the zombie. I'm disappointed, but I guess I can't be mad now that it's guaranteed. Anyways, I did more pulls and ended up with a Yanfei, another character that we can't use on the account. And after a lot of disappointment, I moved on to the Razor story quest. While doing these story quests, I realized I get distracted a lot. Just having fun watching everything burn and never dying because of Sayu's swirls and heals. I also remember how much I really dislike those two NPCs. Like, they're so mean. So snobby. Alright, now it's boss time. Probably one of the hardest bosses early game because of its ANEMO immunity, plus the fact that I couldn't use Razor. Andreas was a pretty beefy dude. Sayu almost died a couple times, and I had to feed them a lot of food. so having almost no stamina to iframe most of the attacks. And after barely making a dent in its HP, I lifted some weights at the domain of forgery, just because my weapons were kind of underleveled and I did have the domain unlocked. I did the highest level I could, and it actually wasn't too bad. I then went to beat up some Fatui because I was missing their insignias that I needed to level up for the weapons. And with some newly ascended weapons and better artifacts, it was time to challenge Edris again. It was a lot of patience and running around, but thankfully we only had to beat its first phase. God forbid what would happen if the second stage. Now it's Mr. Batman's story, my favorite character in the game. It's too bad we can't use him, but I think, from what I remember, his story's not super hard. Oh, something's on fire. Oh, that's what was on fire. What a dummy. Mini boss fight wasn't too hard. I did try to keep the fire in the middle lit, but I was a little bit stupid and swirled Heizou right when I lit the fire. But Then when Diluc asked us to bring mist flowers, I had to figure out how to melt the flowers without a pyro character. And you bet I didn't read his instructions and proceeded to Google where to find mist flowers. So I spent a good 10 minutes trying to find these blue flowers, all the while hoping there was a fire nearby that I could swirl and melt them with. Luckily, there was a fire, but the problem was that the fire was too far away to reach any of the mist flowers, which are circled in red. And after some pondering, I followed Clee's example and proceeded to set everything on fire. I managed to get one mist flower and a chest before setting everything on fire once again. When Sayu's E would expire, I'd switch to Traveler and catch them on fire to burn more grass, and then repeat the process again with Sayu. In the end, we did manage to get all of the mist flowers. And then it was time for Abyss Beatdown. It's so much easier defeating enemies with Sayu, and super funny watching them swirl around as she rolls. Oops. Sayu getting frozen while also rolling around is also really unfortunate, but surprisingly a good strategy for dealing damage when you time it right. And after finishing Diluc's story quest, I got a little sidetracked and ended up in Dragonspine, wondering how long I could last here before freezing and dying without needing to light a fire. Of course, Sayu rolling around really helped with the sheer cold. And luckily there was the heat warming machines along with the Sealies. I did end up freezing, but luckily I didn't die. The thing that probably would have killed me would have been the lack of stamina. The first part of the Ascension quest was fairly easy, just some small mobs and the usual rune guard. As usual, it did take a lot of patience and hacking and slashing. And the occasional frozen. And when we got to the final boss, surprisingly, the electro hypostasis was not too difficult. Without Pyro, however, I didn't let it revive once because I didn't break the electro crystals in time. But overall, it was surprisingly quick, and what a better way to celebrate with more gacha! Sadly, no Xiao today, but I do hope you enjoyed episode 3. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye!